Is this a reading vlog without one of my cats interrupting? I don't think so. Hello readers, welcome back to Sandra is Book, where we talk all things book and bookish related, where I share some book hauls, some reading vlogs, and everything in between just to inspire you to read more good books. So this week we have another reading vlog, and I am reading Stop Doing That Shit by Gary John Bishop. Doesn't matter how many times I say his name, I keep forgetting it. And yeah, I'm going to read this, I'm going to review it. Oh my god, my cat just jumped on me, guys. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, talk about a needy cat. Hello, Silas, do you want to say hi? Okay, alright, adjusting. Alright, sitting, loading, petting. Alright, look at the camera, say hi. Say hi to the camera, you rude cat. He's actually a rude cat. Like, besides like the immediate family, he loves the immediate family, especially me. He loves me the most. Not to be, you know, that kind of person, but he does. And yeah, but he's really rude to anyone who comes to my house. He like literally wants to kill them, but he's so loving. Look at him. Anyways, this is not the point. So the point is, I'm going to read this. I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions, because obviously when you read self-help books, it could go either way. It could be like, I highly recommend this, or I don't recommend this, or even this is harmful, or this is useful. So let's get right into it, and I'll see you at the end, sir. Silas. I am absolutely loving this book. I am absolutely not loving the lighting, but I absolutely love this book. The reason why I love this book is that a few weeks ago, I came to the conclusion that like I basically practically hated myself and hated my life. And then I went and I sit down and I'm like, wait, hold on a damn minute. I do not hate myself and I do not hate my life. And if it's true, if I do hate myself and I do hate my life, I want to change that. I want to love myself and I want to love my life. And so slowly things start to unravel. I started doing things. I started thinking differently, and I had another like mental shift. I call these mental shifts, and I have them often. And basically I have them like, mostly I have them when after I spent so much of my time doing something the way that doesn't suit me, or that is not adapted for me personally, that is not what I want to reflect in my reality as my own being. And you know, like as a person that is living and breathing and that can make her own choices, I was not okay with the choices I made, and I was not okay with the choices that other people made for me and that I listened to. Now, so all to say that like I was sick and tired of my mentality that, oh, because of this and because of that and because of the last year and because I've been doing this and because I've been doing that. And I just finally realized that, you know, life doesn't work that way. Like, you can't just keep excusing yourself or making excuses even for like small things, and you can't like let other people determine your life. Here are two pieces of advice that I've heard in the last month or so that actually changed my life. One comes from my partner's mother, and the other one comes from my own mom. So my partner's mother, she's very spiritual, and she was saying to me that when people talk about other people and they say, I hope this won't happen to them, and they go into the worst case scenario, what ends up happening is that they wish it out there for that scenario to happen, although they're talking like I wish it doesn't happen, but just by saying it and imagining that situation, that scenario, you actually give it weight and possibility to happen. So it's a bit like self-fulfilling prophecies, but towards other people. And then the other piece of advice that I got was from my mom, and she's saying, you know, Sandra, no matter what, no matter who you're with, no matter me or your dad or, you know, like your relationship, your friends, whoever it is, no one can actually force you to do something. And that was really what I need to hear, because no one can actually force me to do something. What I'm being forced to, or what I'm doing, what I think is being forced to, is me agreeing to what other people set their expectations on me, to what other people want from me, instead of me doing what I want for myself, and instead of me following my own dreams. So yeah, I came out of this super like, what the hell is happening? Everything that I know is fake again, and like, here it goes again, another crisis, and what do I do now? And I want to change everything, and I really want to stick with it again, and I really want to be happy again with my life and myself. And I know that deep down, I've been feeding myself all this negative things, and I've been, you know, not believing in myself, not taking care of myself. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start reading some like self-help books, and I started reading this one, and this one has been really revealing to me, because this guy, Gary John Bishop, he's really like, I feel like he's the tough love coach that I need right now, because he's like, yeah, you know, shitty things happen to you and shitty things happen to everyone, and, you know, not to be like reductive or anything like that, but it is the truth. Like, when I listen to other people talk, and when I listen to my parents talk, and what happened to their past and their upbringing, and this is like a true human phenomenon. We use our past to justify who we are right now, to the point where we never change and never grow. So we just keep justifying, and when we hurt other people, or when we hurt ourselves, or when we're stuck in life, all we do is justify, as if we're not living every day a new life, and as if we cannot make changes every day if we so desired. So this guy talks about, you know, these patterns of sabotaging, and how as we grow and as we, you know, consume all the truths from everywhere, we become these people that have like adapted these skills and these characteristics to justify our action, to justify our inaction, to justify our misery. Instead, what we'd have to do is to like truly confront ourselves, truly like let go of the excuses, and start new and start fresh, and to actually believe and visualize a different version of ourselves that we actually want and we can achieve. So I'm just going to share with you one of the many passages that I underlined, and it's this passage here. And before we get into it, I want to say that this book has opened my eyes to a few things, but not to a whole lot of things. Because like, as a self-aware person, I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I keep doing it. This is the part where this book actually helps, because he's like, if you know why you're doing it and what you're doing, then stop doing that. And that's the part that actually has helped me, versus someone who doesn't have like that level of self-awareness. I think that this book would even help them even more. I feel like everyone should read this, and everyone needs this as a reminder. And you know, the sad thing is that like, people read these books and then they go about and like just go back to their days, and, you know, repeat the same way and the same things and the same ideas and the same, you know, cycle. But I'm already at that point where I don't want to repeat that cycle anymore, and this is like keeping me accountable. Anyways, I wanted to share one small passage of many passages that I underlined. Of course, the conclusion about yourself is the negative, but you're also out to make your life better. So along comes a handy positive every now and again to help you handle it, to temporarily leave you with the feeling that you are okay, that you're on track, and that this will turn out for you, and sometimes the illusion that it has turned out after all. And then it comes back, the negativity comes back. That's the seesaw of your life right there. That's the range within which you exist, back and forth, up and down, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and that's how you are wired to live, right there. Circumstances change, you remain the same. Ain't that the truth? So, you know, we all go through these hardships, and then we go through these moments where things look up again. And the only thing is, when we only base our lives and ourselves on these circumstances, that's when you know you are not solid with yourself, and that you are not, you know, putting in the work for yourself to be okay. So you could be as successful as you want, or you can be as unsuccessful as you want. And same thing goes with like anything, money, relationship, power, whatever it is, you could either be deemed as successful or unsuccessful. However, if inside of you, you are unhappy, you are sabotaging yourself, and you know, you are living through these cycles over and over again, then what's the point? What's the point? What are you doing with your life? So, I'm sorry, I feel like this is very tough love. I feel like I've been going through things and I don't want to project too much on here. Obviously, I like to just share a book recommendation with you guys, but I do think there is some value in this book, and I do think that you need to go in with an open mind and with the, you know, desire to actually want to change things in your life and to actually have a handle on your life. Okay guys, listen to what he has to say about positivity when you don't have the inner workings or the inner capacity to see your own self-sabotaging behaviors. So he says here, so if you follow me online, you already are aware of my aversion to positivity. It's like a fucking disease spreading to society like wildfire. I mean, I have nothing against being positive per se, but the addiction to it crushes everyone else who isn't quite so effortlessly sprinkled with the magic yay dust. It can be a bit much, too much at times to be told to keep your chin up when your relationship to yourself is so dire. I've also met far too many positivity heads who became so encumbered by their sugary goodness that they ignored or lived in complete denial of the gravity of their situation until it was much too late. Heck, if we really believed that life was wonderful and absolutely filled with possibility, we wouldn't have to say it. We wouldn't need reminders or memes on social media to keep us in check. It would be like gravity, just there all the time, so much so that like gravity, we wouldn't even notice it, and it's not. So what is there instead? And he keeps writing and he goes on and he says the following sentence, and he says, without you even realizing, your conclusion about life shapes and influences the everyday paths you take and burdens you to live with the consequence. If you conclude that life is a struggle, you're going to work hard to overcome that struggle with all the positivity or hard work or logical thinking that you can muster, but you'll inadvertently be making sure it stays one too. You'll pass up or write off opportunities and openings for change that seem too easy or too complex, or you'll sabotage yourself when you're seemingly winning. So it all pulls down on the conclusions and what you truly think and say and view about yourself, about other people, and about life. And now you need to take into consideration that when you grow into this world and as a human being, you are a sponge. He always brings back this analogy of a sponge. You are a sponge that just keeps basically, accumulating all these things, and that's where you kind of make these conclusion and decision about everything. So basically you will do anything to support the conclusions you've made. So if you say people are shitty, anything that ever happens, good or bad, will go back to that idea and that belief that you have that people are shitty. If you say you're a loser, anything you do, good or bad, you will self-sabotage your way into still believing that you're a loser and, you know, holding yourself back in life. And if you think life is a struggle, life is meaningless, whatever, then again, you're gonna do everything in your power, even when things go good or bad, to believe in that thought, and therefore, you know, your life is meaningless and your life is like sucks, right? So basically, it's not just about positivity or like thinking positive, but it's really like diving deep into yourself, doing the work and uncovering what's in your subconscious in order to stop sabotaging, because your sabotaging behaviors, you learn them as you go and you keep on like perpetuating them. So you need to like actually go and confront them once and for all. You need to take responsibility and you need to live in the moment, and you need to like basically change yourself for good without excuses. But yeah, this was kind of serious. I wasn't trying to make it this serious, but I feel like I needed it. I needed to read this at the point that I am right now, because if I read it 3 weeks ago, I was such in a hopeless state of mind that I don't even think I would absorb this information correctly as I am right now. So in case that's where you're at, or you know the people that are at that point, I feel like this book is a good, you know, wake-up call. And I feel like most self-help book, you read it and then you're just like, oh yeah, that's true, that's fine, and you're not gonna do anything about it, or you might implement some changes for a week or two and it's like back to your old ways. But this guy is truly going to like, yeah, your old ways, you literally allowed yourself to program yourself into these old ways. So you need to deprogram that to like actually fix everything in your life for good. So let's see if I can do it. And one of the programmings for me is actually reading more and expanding myself and my life, and yeah, and this really helped me. What is it, you crazy cat? This is my notes. Such a good book. Highly recommend. Shadow recommends too, right? Right. In case you guys were wondering, Silas is here too. And it's snowy. It snowed. I love the snow. I don't like the cold. Right? Right. We rewrite our dreams or stuff them away in the darkness to avoid having them shattered. We keep them tucked away for hope for later. Maybe. We trade them in for a life less lived. Okay guys, welcome back to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the reading vlog, and I hope that you will pick up this book. He has 2 other books where one book is called Unfuck Yourself and the other book is called Wise as Fuck. And he loves to swear, and I love it because honestly you wouldn't be able to tell from this channel, but I like to occasionally swear. I feel like it's very therapeutic. I feel like it's very real. I know that like the opinions around swearing is like multifaceted, but anyways, that's not the point. I don't know why I keep getting off the point, but highly recommend this book. I think it's like a 4 out of 5 stars for me, and I wonder if you read this book or if you read any of his 2 other books. And do you find them helpful? What self-help books have you been reading lately? What self-help books do you want to see me read? And yeah, the next reading vlog is going to be fiction. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to just slowly revamp this channel and it's going to be only like self-help. You guys know I love to read everything and anything I grab my hands on and I'm interested in and that can help me, but also like I love to enjoy fiction and get inspired by fiction. If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. All readers and non-readers are welcome to the channel, and I would love to know what you think and what have you been reading. And for now, I will go probably pick up his next book because I did order his next books, and hopefully fix my life because I feel confident enough to do it, and that involves reading more books too. Bye bye.